unlike there's some beasts who, look satisfied after a kill, this one doesn't seem to be satisfied. This one seems to be kind of suffering and keeps on shaking its head, and you're not quite sure why. But the
Calhoun hasn't taken a bath in 6 months.
Qelroth, where are you up to?
I don't see anything at all.
You
Uh,
should be up top by
yeah,
now,
you're on
right?
top right now.
No,
You
you said I've got a passive wisdom, my passive perception,
you
so I
don't
don't see
notice
anything.
this. You don't notice this.
But he can
So I
see the
know.
lizard.
You can see the
Do I know?
lizard, but you don't notice what
Do,
Rhiannon sees.
do I know that Ryan is down?
Yes, you saw him go down.
Probably heard him too.
Yeah, you heard him. You heard him. You heard this loud, gargantuan scream, and then pop.
So what's the deal? I'm gonna go with it that says, and I can lay on hands as a bonus action
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Do that.
because no one seems to know what a bonus action is defined as. So I'm gonna lay on hands on Ryan.
Okay.
Hell
Hit
yeah.
point paladin. I restore hit points equal to paladin level times 5. So I restore up to 15 hit points.
Yep. So, okay, Ryan, from 0 to 15, whoop, you feel this surge of energy flow through your body as you're revigorated
Now
by.
I'm mad.
Now you're pissed off.
He
Now I
injected
have an
you.
attack, right?
Yes, you can attack if you want.
Now this lizard creature, did it look like it could do the damage that the farmer was describing?
Yes.
I mean, it had that build, like, it could knock over trees and rip trees apart and all that stuff.
Now that you're closer to the lair, you do see a dead cow in front of it.
Alright, I'm gonna use some dual damage and attack the lizard.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to the lizard.
Okay. So, are you gonna hit it?
I'm gonna use some dual damage, not lethal damage.
Okay. So you still have to
I'm gonna,
hit him.
I'm gonna stop it, basically.
Okay.
We're doing an attack roll here.
You see while it's shaking head, when you approach it, it snaps its neck and just looks at you, and there's roll an insight check for me.
Me?
Yes, you.
Insight?
Yes.
Not very insightful.
You don't notice anything peculiar. He's just shaking his head. Maybe he was just looking at you because you're a new enemy that just approached.
I'm actually. Does it seem intelligent?
Judging from the claw marks in the pit, you think this may be, and judging from its size, you may think this may be the creature who made those traps. So there is some intelligence to him, you believe.
It's a lizard.
Up close now, it looks more dragon-like than lizard.
I speak in Draconic. Do you understand me? Instead of attacking.
You see it briefly nods its head.
Oh, let's all settle down. Settle down. You're among our friends.
It doesn't look like he's settling down, though.
Well, that's fine. I'm trying here. Okay. That's my action, I guess. Unless I can still.
You can hit him.
Yeah. Is the spider still alive?
The one that's flailing in the water is, yes.
He's floating in the water. Okay. I'll do some dual damage.
Okay. Alright, so you look for a non-vital area of this creature.
I use the flat of my weapon.
Okay.
And attack. What's that? Syntax.
Hold on. Could you hold on for a second?
Oh, I got syntax error and rolled that attack. Oh, that's funny.
Get a do-over.
Well, I'll do it manually. This is 1d8 plus.
Your god did not appreciate your attack.
Apparently not.
I'm gonna grab some more water while we're waiting.
Be careful. Ah! Derek,
Yes?
since I got that syntax error, I'm not gonna do the attack. I changed my mind. I'm gonna look at him, hold my sword, and give like a don't try it look. That'll be my action.
Okay. Richard, what are you up to?
You might be muted.
You might be
Oh.
muted.
How far away from the spider am I?
Well, the one in front of you is dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're about 30 feet away from that spider.
30 feet?
Mm-hmm.
I think that Sacred Flame is a cantrip, right?
Yes, you can cast it as many times as you want during the battle. Well, once per round, of course.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to do that.
All right. His dexterity is... He fails again. So you are able to do how much damage to him? All right. So this time a bigger radiant ball glows into your hand, and then you launch you launch it kind of like a fastball. And then it arcs, and then it just hits this guy on the head while he is flailing around in water. I should have given disadvantage because he's flailing around in water, but he failed anyways. And he will take that many points of damage. Okay. Where is that, and then... So,
Healing Word was first level.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Spider is going to attempt to get out of the water. So, unfortunately, it's not enough for him. With everybody on the bank, he can't quite get a hold onto the shore. Roedyn, what is your action?
I'm gonna move first.
Okay. All right.
I will then prepare myself for combat
Mm-hmm.
by casting another Kamehameha wave,
Okay.
aka Ray of Frost.
Okay. All right. And it forms in your hand, and another not as impressive as the last one, but the frost forms in your hand. You launch it kind of like a javelin towards this creature, dealing an additional 6 points of damage. You see that one of its middle legs crystallizes and then shatters off it, letting the him scream in more pain. That will be, he's at that, and he's looking pretty bad at this moment. Ryan, you are up, and you are pissed.
Okay, I'm gonna try to grapple the lizard.
Okay, all right. All right. Try to go ahead.
There's no way I can assist, is there?
No, there's no way you can assist.
Okay.
Unless you can give him inspiration, but all right.
You can do it.
Thank you.
All right, unfortunately, even though as big and as muscular as this creature is, it can't quite get out of those.
Why is that unfortunate?
I don't know, because you're doing subdual damage, and apparently I don't think King Kong knows that.
I didn't do any damage.
Okay. Unfortunately, that is not going to be enough to hit.
24 isn't enough?
No, 14 isn't enough.
Don't I have advantage because I'm a grappler?
Does it say that in your class?
I think the feat. Hold on, let me look. I got it written down. Grappler, you can restrain your grappled foe as an action. You gain advantage on attacks versus foe you grapple.
Okay, I did not know that. So you clock him in the head.
Fucking jerk.
And, he rears back in pain. And he, shifts his gaze from the bronze dragonborn to you. And he looks angry. The lizard creature... Alright, the lizard creature...
Wait, hold on. And I can still move, right?
Yes, you can still move. You are grappling him.
Jerk in the water.
Don't. We said we wouldn't kill it.
I'm not gonna kill it. I'm just gonna.
Well, you gonna swim?
I'm gonna subdue them. I'm gonna subdue it.
It actually swam
I'll
across
pull it
the
out
river.
when
You
it's
saw him.
done.
The others saw him, but Qelroth did not see him swim across the river. He was not sure. What would King Kong do?
I'm throwing him in the river.
All right.
Pull him out when he's unconscious.
Okay. All right.
No, no. That's torture.
It's his. It's in the heat.
I'm saying no to him.
Okay.
But it's not torture. It's self-defense. He tried to kill me.
10 seconds, and then we go
I
to the
have
next
say
turn.
that I highly approve of
9,
violence against spiders.
8, 7, 6. What are you
What are you
doing?
counting for? What are you
5.
counting for?
I'm counting. If he doesn't decide now, I'm going to skip his turn.
Sounds like he has decided.
All right, throw him. All right, go ahead. Try to throw him. Because he's going to try to push back. He will try to push back.
So what is that? Another.
Give me another athletics roll.
Why is this going so slow? Nope.
All right. You try to. So you grab him, and you try to suplex him into the water, but he just whips out of it. He's still wet from the water, and he slips out of your grasp very easily. And then he just whips around, and he's shaking his
Now it's
head
his turn.
again. And now it's his turn. Looking at the monk that tried to suplex him into the water, he is going to raise. He's going to raise his claw. And he is going to again try to slash him. This time across the torso. Unfortunately, that does not hit. And then he's going to bite, duck down low, shoot for it, and try to bite one of King Kong's legs. That will hit.
I'll use my final key point.
Okay. Okay, and you have expended your final key point. Okay. And he is actually going to try to get the fuck away from you guys. So, Roedyn and Qelroth can take attacks of opportunity if they wish. So, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Roedyn, take your attack of opportunity. Unfortunately, Roedyn, you try to, kind of go like this near its head, but his head just ducks away.
Did you say I got one too?
You get one if you want to.
I was trying to grapple with my attack.
Can you, as a reaction?
Can anyone grab anything? I mean, I don't know.
Ryan's a special grappler as a monk feat. So for his action, he gets to, as addition to his action, he gets to grapple.
I think you just get a standard attack.
You get a standard attack as a reaction.
Then no, I won't attack.
Okay, so he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Getting away from the melee combatants. Richard, it is your turn. There is, as you steady yourself, you see this lizard-like, more dragon-like creature just whip through the trees, and it doesn't look like it's engaging you. It looks like it's trying to get away at this point.
Don't let him get away.
I don't want him to. What can I do to stop him?
Well, you can attack him. You can perform subdual damage on him, which would mean you are not striking his vitals. If he dropped down to 0 after a subdual hit, he would be unconscious. You can try to entangle him somehow, but I don't know if you have any bolas or something like that. You could try getting its attention. Whatever you want to try to do. It's up to you.
Can I try to ride it?
Yes, you can try to ride it. What you would have to do is you would have to step up close to him, and I would ask you to make a high athletics check to try to climb on its back. However, if you do not succeed, he might try to throw you off, causing you more harm. But if you wish to do that's perfectly fine with me.
So that's
Do it.
Athletics.
athletic. Come on, roll.
All right.
That's
He
awesome.
he will count. He will try to counter you by trying to throw you off the back. Unfortunately, when you get on, you're able to climb on using the spikes along its back. But once he senses you're there, he thrashes violently, sending you into the air, into the nearby tree this way. You will, however, you will only take. You only take one point of blunt damage as your back impacts this tree. Not as much damage as you were expecting. You are, however, prone on the ground, meaning that you fell over, so you might have to take half a movement to get up. Half a movement, it's like 10 feet, so 10 feet off your movement. That
So can I use a bonus action to heal myself again?
Yes, you can use Healing Word to heal yourself once again. Healing Word is a bonus action. I believe Cure Wounds is an action itself because it's a D8 plus your modifier. The spider is going to once again try to get out. 20 plus 2. Actually gaining some footing on the ground. Who is he more angry with? He's angry with the fucker who threw him in the water. So he's going to face King Kong. And he is going to try to grab his... He's trying to eat your head at this point. He's just saying fuck it and trying to eat your head. He doesn't eat your head.
Obviously, did he go toe to toe with the dragon?
Roedyn, it is your turn.
My first action as my bonus effect, I will be trying to talk to the creature.
Do you speak Draconic?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
And
what
I
do you
know
say?
that the name is Scaloff that we know from Kiwi.
Scaloff, yes. That's his name.
Scaloff, is that you?
Yes! You see him, like, trying to, like, hit, like, motioning, like, clawing at his head, but you're not sure why.
Can I take a perception check at his head? Is there something like a headband or something to control him?
It's really hard because he's thrashing around so much.
I have a good perception. No.
Unfortunately, you can't quite, like, you're looking at the area of his head. He's thrashing around. He's moving his claw. It doesn't seem like you can get a clear look at it. It's really hard to see why he's, like, clawing at that area.
I am going to cast. I'm going to type it to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So let me do that.
I don't know if you thought I would do that or not.
No, it's okay. That's what you detect.
And then I go to my move action is I walk up to him and can I cast a healing spell on him?
You can attempt the healing spell. I don't know. You're not sure how it will react.
I say I'm going to try to help you. Let me see so I can pull it out.
Would it still be a lingering effect? How long does it last?
The healing spell?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that would last. We said it would last about a minute per half level, so a minute and 30 seconds.
Okay. Since it's around the 6 seconds, you still have that effect. Um. Hold on.
I say, from where do I pull it out?
And that's all you can get for now. He's there. Okay, hold on. Sorry, guys. DM whispers.
I'm sorry, I have to. This is a very unusual ability I can pull off, and I can't.
Um.
I still cast the healing spell on it.
And no, I'm not. I'm not messaging as you. I just hit that by accident.
Okay. Alright,
Okay.
I'm gonna cast the healing spell on him.
Okay. You cast a healing spell and he heals the wounds that Ryan placed on him.
If nothing else, I'm trying to help.
It doesn't appear to be helping. Ryan, what are you doing? There is a spider who tried to eat you.
I'm gonna punch it in its friggin' spider face.
Okay, go ahead.
There you go.
You punch it in the spider face.
And I get a follow-up attack.
All right. So you punch, wham, one into one of its eyes, and then wham, one into the other eye. It has 8 eyes, and then as a finishing move, you take what you think it's its head, and then you bring its, you lift its body off the ground, and you just fucking RKO this guy into the earth.
Nice.
And he just lays still after twitching for a few seconds.
I'm gonna pose.
You still have a move if you wish to take it.
Yeah, I'm willing to. Let's see. So can I move through the spider?
Yeah, you can move to the spider. Yeah, at this point.
I can't. I wish I could tell him to go check the hole out.
So I should be able to move like there.
Well, you'd have to move around that tree trunk, kind of like.
Well, I
yeah.
made like an L shape.
Yeah, you can make an L. You can move like a knight and just go like that. Yeah, that's perfectly
As he
fine.
comes to the creature, I'm gonna put my hand out to say stop. If I see him, if I have the opportunity. If he does anything stupid.
You can't just turn off the suplex machine.
I just healed the lizard.
Give me more things to suplex.
All right. So the creature is now going to attack. It's going to attack the last person who did damage to him, which is King Kong. The claw comes up. Does 15 hit your armor class?
15 is my armor class.
Then it hits your armor class. And then the bite.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
The defender wins on a tie.
I think it was attacker wins on a tie. Shit. I think it's attack. Is it tie goes to defender or attacker? Right, Sean, do you remember?
I think
He has to beat his armor class.
You have to beat the armor class. It's not tying.
Okay, so but on the second attack he does take hits your armor class. So the first attack, the bite, he tries to dig into your flesh, but
Wait a minute, Jared.
Yeah.
If the roll plus modifier equals or exceeds the armor class, the attack hits. So both
Okay,
hit.
so
Sorry,
the bite comes in, gets one shoulder. He's holding your shoulder in place while you feel this claw rake behind your back as he reaches around and tries to gouge your spine out. He is going to. So with the bite, he does a. I don't think I've hit with the bite yet. And piercing, and then with the claw.
Oh God. Here, go to unconscious land again.
Uh,
I needed a nap anyways.
so you take 24 points of damage as blood spills from your shoulder, and you feel the claw marks on your back, and you fall over. Where are you at, by the way? Negative hit point wise.
I had 15.
All right, so
-9.
all right, so if he had done your hit points in damage to the negative, like if you were at negative 15, you would be dead. You'd be dead.
Well, but my max is 18.
Oh, then you're fine. You're fine. But you'll start making death saving rolls. And now it's Qelroth's turn.
All right. Did I observe Sean try to heal it?
Yes, you did.
Roedyn, what are you thinking? What's your theory?
He's in pain. Something is stuck. Is causing him to react differently. He says there's something. So much is stuck. Something must get out.
Can I try cure disease on him?
Hmm?
Can I try cure disease?
You can try it.
As a bonus, I'll try that. See what happens. Boom.
Oh, okay. So your hand shimmer. You cast cure disease, and he is still reacting.
That's either one. He's still reacting.
He's still reacting the same way.
For action, I'll stabilize Ryan. Actually, no, Ryan. No, it's up for. I'm gonna try to grapple the lizard.
All right, make an athletics check.
It's an attack roll.
It's an athletics check.
Athletics check. Okay, here we go.
He will roll opposing athletics or acrobatics versus you.
Okay. Hang on. Athletics you said, right?
Yes.
What do you roll?
A 9. All right, you are able to grab him. You're able to find a place around him where his torso seems like his upper body seems smaller, and then you're able to wrap around him where the spikes aren't going to penetrate your armor.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nothing else I can do. I've moved. I did a bonus action. I attacked. So.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to say you grab around his neck because that's the smallest portion of his body I think you can grab. You're not an expert grappler.
Hog tie him.
No, you don't hog tie him. And it's Richard's turn. Richard, you see the Dragonborn just grab this this dragon-like creature's neck. You see Roedyn trying to heal him. You see King Kong go down after hitting this creature.
Punch him right in his,
Ryan, take care of Ryan if you can.
Yep. He gets 5 health.
All right, Ryan, you're at 0, and now you're at 5 hit points. So now you're awake.
back in the game.
But Rhiannon, hog tie him.
You're not sure.
What?
How are you gonna hog tie him? You have 6 seconds in a round. You can't hog tie him.
I'm kidding. Don't worry. I don't want Ryan to go and attack the lizard. Now we're holding on to it.
Maybe I just want to pin him down too.
Yeah. 1, 2.
A referee just comes from the trees. Roedyn, it is your turn.
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
My first thing, I'm going to roll a perception check. I'm looking for something stuck in his scales, probably on either by the teeth or by the claws.
Does he get advantage of holding it?
You're just steadying his head now, so you're not you do not provide advantage at this point.
Right.
You're trying to keep him still. He is strong as hell.
So am I.
He's stronger than you. Think he's stronger than you. Roedyn?
Oh, there you go.
All right, so you start at the jaw, but your eye immediately catches something, and you catch a glint of something steel-like. This creature's chromatic scales do shine, but they don't shine like a metallic. And then when you look a couple inches up, his head, there is what looks like a small disc that is surrounded by recently healed scale. You're not sure what it is, but it is a circular disc about an inch in thickness. About an inch in thickness.
Mhm. Can I try to remove the disc?
You can attempt a medicine check.
Oh, he didn't say medicine. He's supposed to move the disc.
No,
Right.
he has to attempt a medicine check. He can't. He's going to attempt to try to remove it without damaging
There
any
you go.
other part of the skull. All right. It's a little difficult because Qelroth is really trying to steady his head.
And I'm going to tell Qual, I'm pulling it out. I'm pulling it
Got
out.
it.
All right,
Got it.
all right, all right.
No, I'm not saying to Qual. I'm saying it to the.
All right.
To, Sheriff.
I'll try to
Coming
soothe
out.
it.
All right. All right. So you
I'll
pull
hum
out
a little ditty of soothingness. Some
you
Enya.
you are able to pull out a metal rod about
Rod.
a small thin metal rod about this long that is covered now in this red blood. It looks like it pierced right into its brain, not killing him, but there is now a gaping wound, and the creature seems just trying to slump into Quela's hold. It doesn't appear to be struggling against you anymore, and it looks like it's just, its eyes are closed and it's trying to steady itself.
I'll cast my last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast another healing spell on it.
All right, you see the area in the skull slowly close up, healing that many hit points of hit damage as the wound closes, and the creature starts to just breathe a little heavily, but he doesn't seems to be struggling against you anymore, Qelroth. We are out of initiative now.
Are you okay? I see Androchronic.
Yes, I am fine. Thank you. That was a pain, so to speak.
Yeah, it was. But all right. What is this? My friend just pulled out of your head.
I apologize. I am Scaloff, yes, and that piece your friend pulled out was part of an arrow that struck my head by a hunter. Close, not in this area, but where I came from. I'm not quite sure where I am.
You're in Den.
He looks very confused when you say that name.
I tell her that he's in Kiwi's territory.
Ah, Kiwi, I tried to tell him, but he didn't quite understand. He kept on throwing me chocolate.
That's part my fault. I gave her chocolate.
I think this was before you.
I didn't think she would throw chocolate at people.
The thing you guys all notice about this creature is it speaks rather intelligently. This is a sentient creature, and looking.
That's why we don't drown them, Ryan.
I would have pulled it out after it stopped struggling. It was less drowned, more waterboard.
You're quite elegant speaker, my friend. Why were the people shooting arrows at you?
I don't know.
Fight for sport.
Just this land is different.
Where are you from?
I'm from in the Dragon Tongue. I am from. I believe it was Dornathel.
Okay, I gotta go to the website. I forget which one is Dornathel.
That's the High Elf country. You know
That's
exactly
on
what
the
that
ocean, isn't it?
is. It? Is this?
Our character is that on the other side of the ocean?
It's out on the other side of the ocean.
You're far away from home, my friend.
I don't know why. One day I'm hunting, and next day I'm here.
Hunted.
Hunting. I was
No,
hunting.
you're hunted. You became the hunted.
I suppose nobody. I do not know. Dragon.
Can you walk? Are you well up to walk?
I can walk. Thank you,
All right.
Dragonborn. Cloth, you've never encountered a creature like this before. He is
Well, I
very.
don't want to ask what are you. I don't want to ask. What are...
He is very, very. It's very clear he has draconic blood in him. He looks like a wyvern, but he looks there. You get a feeling of kinship with him, and Pickett would too as well. After talking to this creature, he's very intelligent. He's very large. Now that you're closer to him, he has this rectangular face. There's two spikes coming out of his lower jaw, as well as to the side of his head. There's these two large spikes coming out of the side of his head. His tail, the end of his tail, is also spiked.
Well, we have a problem, Qelroth.
What?
Scaloff.
Yes.
So a lot of people are unhappy with you. So the stuff you have done. Now we understand you weren't in control. However, you aren't very well liked around here. So we're going to need to just have to do some explaining. What do you recommend? Or do you have a preference how it's handled, or do you want us to attempt to handle it?
Well, if I have wronged people, I would like to make that right somehow.
Fair enough.
I do not have any currency or money of my, any money to pay them back. I would not know how to repay my misdeeds. I was not a stable of mind when I came here.
Perhaps the honor of doing the honorable thing will be enough to sway these people, but I've been called naive before. Perhaps Roedyn or someone who knows the people, who knows the world, how do you think that they'd react to such an honorable response?
Most farmers, all they care about is the next set of crops. They're not exactly the most noble. They're noble in the sense that they care for their homes. I might find it wise for you to move on to a fresher territory, at least till memories fade a little bit.
Is this Dragonborn? Is there a temple of Bahamut in this area?
As a matter of fact, there is. I show my symbol, my shield, it's on my armor, it's on my cross, it's on my billboard.
His eyes go, oh, fellow follower.
Bahamut 2016,
fellow follower of Bahamut. I am in your debt as well as the rest of you. If you could take me to your leader, or I can ask him questions. I'd like to know where I am, why I might be here.
We'll be happy to escort you, but we're going to have to, if the party agrees, but we're going to have to be discreet. And I don't know how to be discreet with you. But yes, I agree. You should speak with someone.
I am quite large, unfortunately. I cannot change my size.
Maybe you have a large blanket. We'll do it under the cover of night.
Very well. I am very, very... I apologize deeply for all the trouble. He looks to each one of you. I apologize very deeply for all the trouble I've caused. I was not of my right state of mind.
I want to look at this arrow or spike I pulled out.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like an arrow? Because you said a spike and then he said an arrow. What does it actually look like?
It could have very well been part of an arrow.
It wasn't implanted though. It was shot in there most likely.
It looks like the if there was an arrowhead, it was broken off. But the strange thing is, the shaft of the arrow is made of. You think it's made of mithril.
I actually could use the mithril. That's going right into my pack. Before anyone else notices.
All right, so you slip the rod of mithril into your pack just in case you need it for later.
I want.
I'm just saying it's raw materials for my guitar.
Okay.
Because that's one of my things on my list.
I gotta go to bed.
All right. Good night, Rhiannon.
Good night.
Bye.
Ciao.
It saves me from buying it from dwarves. I ask him, forgive me my impertinence, but I have not met many of your draconic kind that was so of your nature. Are you more related to the classical dragon or more to my friend over here? I'm not familiar because you look
Go
kind of
ahead,
in
Brandon.
between the two species.
He looks at you, says, "Do you not recognize?" Roedyn, do you try to stealthily put it in your pack?
I just put it. I pulled it out. I look at it. Just
Oh,
quietly
okay.
put it right
So
in the pack.
you saw him. You saw him put it in.
Okay.
I'm not hiding the fact. I took it out. Put it in my bag of holding.
Okay.
Bag of holding.
You have a bag of
Yeah.
holding? Did
Remember,
we?
I had it from.
Oh,
Remember
from
that
your
was my
old
trophy
character.
hat? Yeah.
Right, you transferred
remember,
your old character. Okay, right. You kept all the old stuff your old character had. Okay, that's fine. Um, he looks at you very confused in a confused manner, and he's like, "Do you not recognize what I am?" He starts speaking in another language. Do you speak Sylvan?
I speak.
Like
I speak
Elvish.
Elvish.
Yeah. He starts
I
speaking in
speak-
Elvish.
I speak Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, and Elvish.
He starts speaking Elvish to you. Oh, I am a creature that protected your kin. He switches back to Draconic and looks at where am I?
I'm
You're
from.
on the eastern continent. There's in Dighton, city of Gen.
He looks very, very, very crestfallen. I am more of a
Can
stranger
you
than
fly?
No, I cannot fly.
Okay.
I am in the Draconic tongue, or in more of the common tongue, I suppose. I am what is called a spiked Drake. Um, I believe it was in your War of the Wilds. I was I helped. The story of my people is I helped a group of my kind helped elves during the War of the Wilds escape this demonic presence that was not supposed to be there. And in aiding these elven wizards, we were blessed by the Platinum Dragon with our abilities, and we stayed to help the elven, and we've always been a very small group on the Western continent. I'm still very confused why I'm here, why I'm so far away from home. I don't remember much, especially after that injury.
I tell him I have never been to the Western continent. I am of an unusual Sylvian nature. Uh, my people are not of the forest, but of the stars.
Ah, okay. And
So I know not of this war.
do they not tell you of my kind, Dragonborn?
Do I know what they are?
You roll a history check.
I know my character wouldn't know, unless I read it in a book somewhere recently.
Okay. You don't quite recall any yeah. Even now that you've seen the creature, you weren't very sure what Julie was describing. Now seeing this creature, you're not quite sure if you ever heard of this creature before. It's possible that he's telling. I mean, you can roll insight checks to see if he's telling the truth, but it's quite possible that others. You're not sure. It is quite possible he's saying is true.
Well, he stopped fighting as soon as we pulled the spike out of his head. So.
So
I'm leaning towards believing him right now.
I do too.
okay. So you you just hang around with him until night falls, and then try to sneak him back into the city under the cover of darkness.
That was a better idea.
All right. So
I suggest.
Mhm.
I suggest. I know this may be slightly humiliating, but we're gonna take you back, but not as a prisoner, but as a escort. So if we give you, it's more of an illusion for the guards than for anyone else.
Mhm.
I say we'll put a rope around you just to kind of walk with you, but you can bite through this rope in a second. It's
He
not really. It's not really for any sort of restraint. It's more to make it look like you're not going to attack anyone because they don't know. They probably won't recognize you.
he takes a look at the rope, and he looks at both of you and is like, uh, "Yeah, that rope would not hold me for long. You may do as you wish. The least I can do for you, helping me."
We won't even bother putting the rope on until we get closer to town.
Fair enough. I apologize for injuring your companions. Does anybody need a ride? Does anybody not want to walk for a while? It's the least I can do. He looks you up and down. He's like, I could carry you, and he lowers, he kneels down, he kneels his front paws down and allows you to climb up, to a non-spiky. So the spikiest portions on him are from the midsection down. So the midsection up is relatively less spiky than the the rest of the body. So he how much do you weigh, Ryan? Your character. How much does your character weigh, you think? Maybe like 225 or something like that?
Wait, what'd you say?
How much does King Kong weigh?
Like 320.
320.
Wow.
Well, it's a lot of power.
This guy is easily 600 pounds. So yeah, he can carry you easy. So you hop up. He's back. He wobble. You wobble a little bit, but he's steady enough that he knows that you probably don't have many experiences riding a fell drake like him. Okay, so you guys walk through the trees, heading through Kiwi's territory, which is, silent. And
As we pass the kiwi, I put another fruit down. Another kiwi. Actually, no. No, in this case, I'll put a pineapple down.
okay, all right, you set a pineapple down, and Scaloff looks kind of weirdly at the pineapple and it's like, all right, I didn't know he liked fruit as well. Okay.
It's very sweet, I tell him.
I'm sure it is. I am more of a carnivore myself.
Pull out a big piece of jerky.
Thank you. He takes it with one of his claws. And
What about your old pal?
I think you need to recover a little before you start eating.
Okay.
Why? How can I recover on an empty stomach, my friend?
I reach into the pocket, pull out a smaller piece of jerky,
Okay.
and I give it to him.
You
That's all I wanted.
through the journey through the forest, he engages with Qelroth more in conversation, talking, back and forth. He's trying to get Brandon.
Yeah.
Alright. He's trying to get, to know more of this land. So since it's so strange to him, what it's, he's heard of Skoruk. I mean, rumors have attracted his ears. He's heard little bits about the War of the Dragon. He doesn't know too much of it since he's been cut off for so long. And during this conversation, he talks about, in the past, Feldrakes were used as paladin mounts, sometimes when the Dragonborn still assisted the elves, but that was many, many eons ago. The War of the Wilds was easily 2,000 years ago or so. So it's been a while, and it does sound like he's been disconnected for quite some time. Is there anything you want to ask him in particular while talking with this creature?
If he doesn't, I'll have a few questions, but I'll let Brandon go first.
No, I'm all set.
Okay.
I got a work mail. I got something's going on. I just keep going.
Okay.
I'll be there in a minute.
I talked to Scaloff. I was thinking one of these days I might take a visit to see what my kin are like over on the Western continent. Can you tell me about them?
Your kin are, well, for me, they are tolerant of my existence because they know somewhat of our history together. Much lore was lost after the War of the Wilds, it seems. They treat me with tolerance, not like the respect I used to have. They are
They don't sound like my kin.
They are not very accepting of non-Elven. I will tell you as much as I observe their interactions. They tend to, especially the high elves, they tend to enslave those that are not Elven, and in non-Lair, I hear it's the same through whatever bits of knowledge I can hear, unfortunately. I do not like it, but my group is small, and we try to, if there are free slaves, we try to help them, but since we are small, we can't engage, and we do not want to incite to war. There are not many of us left, unfortunately.
I go to him. Elves in slavery to me, just from my people. I'm not saying out of character. I'm not saying where my people are, but elves have never taken slaves amongst my people. It is just such. It is sadness when I hear from what the elves in this land have done.
The Western continent is a barbaric, more savage place, it seems. After speaking with Qelroth and Roedyn, it seems that the people here are a little more. I hesitate to use the word civilized because their civilizations are great, but their social social matters could use work. I would say their humanity matters, so to speak.
I do not think I will fit in well over there.
I do not think you seem noble. If I had done the same to a group of elves, I think they would have slaughtered me outright. But again, thank you for your assistance. I wish I could repay you most of all.
I ask, do you know of any songs of your people or of the elves from the western coast that you could share?
I might know a few, yes. I can.
And there's but one question that has always been burning on my mind.
Yes.
You can. Have you heard of the Neil Diamond?
The legendary Neil Diamond?
Yes.
I have heard rumors of its elegance and its splendor. I have never beheld it myself. What were you thinking in particular? I've only heard whispers. I'm actually. You guys. Anybody here can roll insight if they wish.
All right. Something a lot of talking. Insight.
You don't. You're taking his words for. Okay. Qelroth, as he speaks, you get the feeling that he's judging by his size, judging by his demeanor, King Kong, you get disadvantage because you don't understand what he's saying. He's been speaking in Draconic this whole time. Unfortunately.
Well, I rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, you rolled a nat 1, so you're like...
He's just enjoying riding the dragon.
Yeah, he loves this dragon ride. He's just, having the time of his life. Qelroth, he
I'm
seems...
envisioning the next thing I'm going to suplex.
He seems very old, like much older than you've gathered. Wyverns live not for long. Usually nature would kill them, but this, judging by his intelligence, his size, the manner he's speaking, he seems much older than you expected. Dragonborn, I think, live for, I want to say 100 years, but I could be mistaken. But he seems like he's seen a lot in his life. Just so you know, Brandon.
Okay, thank you.
I try to trade songs and knowledge with him.
All right, he gives you, so there are a few songs that he is willing to trade with you. Actually, let me see my list of songs. I knew you were gonna ask this. So, there is a song he says. There's one song called "Wake the Winter Wolf." It is this one in particular is a song sung by the elves to the north. There is a small mountain region. He tells that there are elves that choose to live in seclusion from their brothers. It's also a very dangerous territory because Didar, the Underdark, the entrance to the Underdark, is very close by there. And it sings of a, the white wolf that would bring in the northern wind in tales that are told to elven children, and to try to dissuade them to go out at night in the winter when it's most dangerous. There is also another song called. You get one more song out of him. There is the Ballad of King Vidor, Vidor, and that is a song of a tyrannical king who fell in love with a beautiful wood elven woman. And the story is that the King Vidor had essentially invented the Iron Maiden, and he was very proud of this structure. And the wood elf maiden of it doesn't describe the name in the song, but the wood elf maiden tricked the king by telling him that the Iron Maiden looked like it didn't do shit, pretty much. And so to prove his point, King Vidor stepped into the Iron Maiden, and then she slammed the door on King Vidor, killing him and freeing the people of his tyrannical rule.
Tricked king into Iron Maiden.
Mm-hmm.
Freed people.
Yep.
So this one's more of an upbeat song. The other one's more of a somber song.
Yes.
Upbeat. And while we're doing this, I will share a song from I would say the Moon Elf Nation.
Mm-hmm.
Because songs that he would have no net knowledge of.
Okay, yeah, he would definitely not know about that. But what in particular did you want to ask him about the Neil Diamond? He's only heard rumors, but is there anything specifically that you want to know?
I will chat with him. Part of my quest for the Neil Diamond is why it is so hard. Is legend has it the Neil Diamond never stays in one place very long. Its properties keep it ever on the move. To possess it is to lose it. So it is always a quest to find.
Well, if you're asking if I know of any locations it may be possibly be.
I've asked you, do you know where it might have been?
Actually, yes. There is one place I know it might have been. There is one rumor in particular I remember Have you ever heard of a city called Briarthorn?
The name sounds familiar.
Briarthorn was the ancient capital of Dornithil at one point. It fell in the War of the Wilds, quite catastrophically. It fell to a plague, if lore recalls. That is where I heard it was last kept by an old archmage there, but other than that, I don't know any more details.
I appreciate the knowledge. At least I know where it will not be.
Okay.
It, it's still a lot of world it can be, but it tends to travel far from where it was. So, Briarthorn, if I recall correctly, that was in the western continent.
Yep, it's in Dornithil. It's yeah. He mentions that it's been ruined, and it's highly dangerous, very haunted. He does not go near that place at all.
I appreciate the knowledge because that means it's probably, if it is here, it's either in the north or the east or the middle islands. It will not be in the western continent. One thing I do know, it never stays where it was.
All right, fair enough. At this point, you guys are getting very, very close to the fields. You're actually at the edge of the wood where he knocked down that tree. And you see that Scaloff looks at the tree for a moment, kind of shakes his head and sighs, and he looks, he glances at the landscape, looking at any of the damage he can spot that he thinks he's done, and he just sighs. It's like, I feel terrible. I did not mean to disturb these farmers' livelihood. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how many of their livestock I may have eaten. This is most unfortunate.
I do not know how we can make it up to them. I do not know if you have skills that would be useful to these people, outside of potentially defending them from other beings that may do this. Well, hopefully the Bahamutians would have some way to help.
Maybe. I feel terrible. Oh, shall we go with this rope around the neck plan?
I think a very big loose rope elope, put it around the neck, and I look at him. This is a performance. This is not a.
I will attempt to look as dejected as possible.
Can I still stay on top and ride in as in like a conquering hero?
It's up to he doesn't understand what you're saying, but it's up to the party.
I just smile and nod at him.
Qelroth? Do you want to let Ryan?
Sorry,
Ryan asked if he could stay on top of the.
That's not my decision.
Okay.
I'm picturing a very Hercule Satan.
Okay. Oh, Hercule Satan. Okay. All right. So.
I do tell Calhoun we're trying to enter in a quiet manner. You may enjoy the ride, but do not draw more attention than we absolutely have to.
Okay.
Bahamut's temple is not at the gate.
All right. So you guys.
Is there an entrance near Bahamut's temple?
Are there what?
Is there an entrance near Bahamut's temple?
Let's shift you guys back to.
I know we went out a different door last time.
Yeah. So the fields are to the north. So if you entered through this gate right here, that would get you close to the Platinum Bastion, which is Bahamut's quarter within the city. So instead of going this way toward the grove, you'd have to cut through the fields and go this way to this entrance gate, where the Steel Aegis volunteers of Bahamut would be guarding that portion of the wall.
And they'd be more friendly with a dragonish companion, I'm thinking.
Well, you're not sure how many people have seen a creature like this before. I mean, it does really help that you're with Qelroth. He is a member of the Platinum Covenant. So he may, with him especially, you guys may be able to get through the gates rather
I'm
easily.
hoping that there'd be more dragonkin with the platinum dragon, with a dragon walking. What color is Qelroth?
Cleric is
I
bronze.
mean, no, I mean Scaloff.
Scaloff is he's not a true dragon, so he doesn't really have he's a chromatic-ish color, but he's not really a true dragon. So
Is
it's
he bluish,
he's more a
grayish?
reddish orange.
Okay.
So he's more like a desert earth
I,
Tomato.
I, I can call
tomato
him copper. I can
copper.
call him copper.
Okay, that's fine. So
That way, I'm trying to present him as less threatening rather than as a giant beast that can swarm and kill everybody. Yada 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 yada.
all right. So
He seems friendly enough.
let's see if there's anybody up at this hour. No. So you guys cut through fields without really any trouble. It's really late at night. It's about maybe 11 o'clock at night by the time you arrive at the gates. There are these two, one's a dragonborn, the other is a human. These two guards wearing platinum of Bahamut colors of platinum and blue garb on them, and they're standing at the ready with a shield and longsword, and they see you approach, and you see from above on the towers these dragon head ballistas just training you guys, not doing anything but just training you as you guys go to the front of the gate. And the dragonborn in front,
I waving at the ballista people.
who is a
No,
silver color,
I'm being
um
extremely friendly.
what
Performance is great. Playing music.
just before you get to he and his companion step up, and he looks very, very surprised at the creature, and then he looks at Qelroth and say, um, "Can I help you?" And he just says it in common. "Can I help you, sir knight?"
We're just passing into the city. Is there a problem?
He points. What is that?
That is what was it, a drake?
He's called himself a Feldrake.
It's a fell drake. I say it like matter of factly, just like, why, don't you know that? He's harmless.
Roll persuasion.
I'm gonna find you. Come on. Oh, come on. Hang on, I'm looking for it. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Just perception. All right.
It's the same role, actually.
Not really. Persuasion's charisma.
No.
Perception's wisdom. He looks kind of. Can you leave him outside?
No, we cannot.
Can I start speaking?
Yeah, you can talk to him as well.
This time I speak to the Dragonborn in Draconic.
Okay.
I speak to. My friend. We've been passing in. My friend here, and I point towards I can't pronounce his name.
Qelroth.
Not Qelroth, no, the other one, Scaloff.
Scaloff.
Yeah, Scaloff. He wishes to meet with the head of your order to talk about what's going on. He's here. He's found himself in a strange land, far away from his home, and has had and I kind of mentioned to his head that he's been hurt, he's been injured, and he's looking for answers with the platinum.
All right. Later, King
Or
Kong.
Bahamut. Can I
Roll persuasion as well. Okay. He's gonna say, I'm gonna go talk to my superior. I will be right back. So you see him.
And as he leaves, I say, "Well, welcome. You're welcome to come with us."
All right. He goes into the gate. You guys wait about 10, 15 minutes, and then he comes rushing back, and he says, my superior would like me to escort you guys, your fine group to him, and he would like to speak to this Feldrake himself."
Is he talking to Draconic right now?
He's talking in Draconic, and Scaloff says, "As he wishes, I have no problem with this proposition, especially of a leader of Bahamut, one of the leaders of a Bahamut organization. And before this, Scaloff didn't speak, but the silver dragon looks quite taken back at the fact that he's talking very well, actually. This way, this way, this way. So
And I point to, don't worry, he secured it. And I hold a loose rope with a very open hole around his neck.
he
And
does not look
laughs.
he does not look very convinced. So you guys walk down the road. There are not too many people out there. They're probably hanging out at taverns at this time of night, or or sleeping. And you, all right, and
soothing ditty.
and then you eventually come to one of the larger temples in the Platinum Quarter. This beautiful platinum colored blue structure with a golden dome, and there are runes of all sorts just etching around the area as it lights up. And right outside is a well armored human with several marks and ranks on him, and he is quite taken back as you guys approach. And as you approach, he walks over and says very lowly in Draconic, "So it is true, you are a Feldrake. We do not get many in any in this area since thousands of years." And Scaloff nods like, I am aware that I am far from home, and I have many questions to ask, and I have seemed to uh, and he's like, well, the gentleman says, pardon me, I am Sir Rex. I am I am a general of the Platinum Order. He knows his Qelroth, and he nods to him. Um,
I nod.
if you would please come, I will take you to the commander. He is expecting you, and he is very, very intrigued to see why Feldrake is here. And I think that is where we're gonna end for tonight, since we lost our two others and Chris is not here. All right, all right. I'm gonna just start a new thread to give out XP and stuff. Since there's only two of us here, you two here. I guess we'll pick up in 2 weeks, which will be in the 29th of October.
Okay.
All right, you guys have
cheers.
a good night.
All right.
All right, bye.
All right.